David Fagan here with Michelle Zarrin, and we're talking about her new book, From My Heart to Yours. Michelle, great book. Go ahead, you can hold that up there.
Thank you.
I thought this would be a great chance for people to learn a little bit more about your book and, what it's about. I found it really interesting as I got to learn about it. Is really kind of a lot about you, isn't it? Is it exactly about you? Give people an idea how you came up with this.
Okay, it's fiction based on a true story.
Okay.
It's inspired by my life.
Okay.
And what you do is you follow the character through love, loss, life, and death.
Okay.
And through a deep power of self-realization,
Okay.
she realizes that we're all in this life to learn lessons. And
Yeah.
the art of life is how we deal with our struggles.
Yeah.
And she learned how to live with her love and compassion again, hence the title, From My Heart to Yours.
Okay. So, this book, the character in the book, Sophia, amazing character. She's basically based on your life. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And give us some of the darker days of Sophia in the beginning of the story. What are some of the problems and things that she faced or she kind of had to overcome?
In the beginning, she's very naive,
Uh-huh.
in a sheltered bubble kind of way.
Okay.
But life happens in a very drastic way,
Yeah.
and she wakes up with anxiety every day, fear, darkness, cloud over herself,
Yeah.
doesn't have a vision of what's going on, and she learns how to sift through that.
Okay. And she's on antidepressants at one point in time. What are some of the other challenges that she faces?
She gets hit with real life issues
Uh-huh.
at a young age,
Yeah.
and things that were not in her normal sphere of existence.
Okay.
Due to her family and due to her upbringing, but it's real life. It's real life, and it's just her way of being able to deal with the reality of life, coming out of the bubble that she is in and realizing that there's a whole other multitude of other issues out there.
Sure. So what are some things that helped Sophia in the story? And of course, this is tricky because I don't want you to give too much away of the book, but what are some of the things that helped Sophia in the story? And then what are some of the things that are similar that helped you in your own story kind of overcome some of these similar issues?
Keeping a positive mind through everything, as hard as it is,
Yeah.
but positivity is a state of mind.
Yeah.
And she, as well as myself, learned that early on in life, and just keeping that in perspective at all
Sure.
times. And it was always a battle.
Sure.
But before you know it, that state of mind becomes your state of mind.
Sure.
And then when the character and myself, we got into meditation, it expanded that. That became
Yeah.
a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It was a big tool for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me about that. And that's kind of one of the things I was thinking of when I answered the question was meditation. I think people are going to find it fascinating, your journey with that and how much, you attribute to that. Tell us about how much you meditate or how you found out about meditation.
I'm blessed to know about meditation.
Okay.
I'm blessed to have meditation as a tool.
Yeah.
I believe that the human being has two dimensions: the human, the form, the external, the being, the internal. Both need to be focused on, and the breath is the bridge between the two.
Yeah.
And so by stilling the mind, you tap into your internal world, your compassion, your intuition, your purpose, and you need both in order to complete the human being.
So what do you tell the woman who says, look, I've got kids, I've got jobs, I'm a single mom, I don't have time to meditate. I mean, come on, Michelle, really, seriously? I mean, what do you tell that woman?
5 minutes a day.
5 minutes a day.
5 minutes a day.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
And what will happen is you will attain a few seconds of stillness,
Mm-hmm.
and that's fine. That's great. You add those few seconds up, and that's where the space opens up within you.
Yeah.
And all you need is just a few minutes. The soul needs it. Your soul will thank you.
And to the people thinking about, reading this book, From My Heart to Yours, what do you think the biggest thing is that they're going to get out of it?
We're all in this together.
Uh-huh.
We all have struggles. some people have a better way of masking their struggles. Some people have a better way of handling those struggles.
Sure.
I learned how to handle my struggles so far. And so this book is just my journey through that. And I'm grateful to have been able to look back and write a story on it.
So you're a pretty confident, successful individual right now. I mean, is that kind of the way you've always been?
No.
Or is that, okay. See, and that's kind of, I think one of the interesting points is I think my fear is that people are going to look out at you through the camera and go, I don't know, I'm not thinking this girl struggled a whole lot in life here.
Yeah.
I mean, does the book really give them a better idea of the things that you've gone through as well as Sophia goes through?
It has, and it does. I was divorced, and after my divorce, I left without a penny to my name. I had lost myself through the marriage, so I left without any internal or external world. As you know, I left with nothing.
Yeah.
And of course, the self-confidence, all of that was lacking too. And I just had to build on that.
Yeah.
I had to build on that for myself, and I knew I was starting a new life. Many people start new lives, and
so sometimes when people are looking at books like this, I like to give them an idea of what it's closest to. So if they liked what book, they would also like this. Like, give a few other books that you think, if you really like this book, you're really gonna like my book, this.
the first one that comes to mind is Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
It's about struggle, letting go, finding yourself, coming full circle.
Yeah.
Mine is in a different way, but the first one that comes to mind is that book.
Okay. Is that kind of book? All
Yeah.
right, great. What was the hardest part in writing this book?
So,
I mean, it's hard to write a book, period.
no, there was a part that was very,
But
very
what-
hard.
Okay.
The first part of the book is all fiction, where I share the story with my ex-husband. That was fiction to protect his privacy.
Yeah.
From the divorce on, there's 3 chapters that are absolutely real.
Yeah.
And there's a tragedy that happened in my life where in the book,
Yeah.
it's verbatim true. What's going on in my mind, the day, everything about that day and the days and months afterwards,
Yeah.
that's all true.
Yeah.
And that was a very hard chapter to write.
Wow.
But I took myself there to give the realness and the rawness of the experience.